The morning loop. It starts right now. Oh, right. We don't have a transition to it because ChatGPT is not working this morning. Love it. So, hey, it's funny, man. It's fucking, this is awesome. So this is why I love this. This is live. So I get a note this morning as I'm walking into the lab from producer Neiman. She's like, hey, ChatGPT has not been working for me. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Cool. She's like, no, but it's just not working. It's not cooperating with me. All right. So ChatGPT usually helps us with Sterling and Preston and our transition stuff. So the old handsome chief was ready to throw it to the morning loop. And well, true story. ChatGPT dropped the ball. So I suspect we'll have some fun transitions coming up a little bit later here. I do have my lovely, lovely pet here in the show this morning. Good morning, Lauren. She's going to get up and get after it today. She always does every single day. Working hard, preventing osteoporosis. Yeah, guys, telling you, man, got to be strong. Age and get strong so you can pick up those grandkids, be strong as we get older. Those bones don't break. You know, yeah, we got to have a healthy heart. Yeah, we want to keep that cardio up, but you guys got to lift those weights. And if you're lifting weights, maybe it'll encourage your lovely partner to lift those weights, and it becomes a big cycle, right? You lift, she lifts, she lifts, you lift, and then what happens is you probably connect over some love and attraction, and because you're loving the habits that you're each doing amongst each other. And then what happens is you might meet along the way for some great life expectancy work. So encourage each other, support each other, and get up, get after it, and try to hit those big, audacious goals along the way. All right, Johnny Anderson's joining us here in a couple moments, but before we do that, guys, I am going to get to the morning loop topic. But hey, before we do that, I like to throw this out on the table because I know every now and then Lady Drew's out there listening. Maddie, we know she is. Phone lines are open, second hour, 431-300-3005, 431-300-3005. Send a text, send a voicemail, drop something to say, and we'd love to have you on the second part of the show. I see the big dog is just joining us in the lab there, Jimmy. Let's bring him up. Let's bring in the man himself, Mr. John.
Happy Thursday, Nation. Keith, John, crew, we missed you in a totally emotionally evolved way. And by the way, John, we've got a surprise for you.
Yep. We broke into the control room to introduce you to a certain producer.
Today is the day, Nation. You're meeting Jimmy. But first, we've got a show to start. First up, what your coffee mug says about your life.
True story.
Let's get this show started, fellas.
I have no idea what the hell they're cooking up, man. I got no clue.
Yeah, I was gonna say my gay brother's been thinking about me.
Yeah.
I wonder if they think about me in the shower like you do.
I got no idea what the crew's up to at all. Actually, zero. And I've encouraged it because I don't want to know. It's more fun when we do the show together and I know what the hell's happening. So I said, just go to town. And Neiman and Jimmy have been having some fun with it. So I expect we're going to have a little surprise here today. Brother, that's the
way it's the best, man. I agree with you. You know,
I agree.
We talked about how we were going to make this thing killer.
Yeah.
One of the things is I don't only tell me what you have to. I feel like I'm better when it's just going.
Well, and you know what? And I did tons of research on morning shows, John, and the successful morning shows are chemistry and community. And there's a purpose. Listen, dude, I would love to talk to you all fucking day. I love you. I love chatting with you. I love our chemistry. I love how we talk. But dude, I'm like, no, I'm going to save it because that's why there's chemistry here. Right? Because we don't know. But yet it's funny because we don't know, but yet we do know. We talk for 10 hours a week together, you and I, right? So we can finish each other's sentences. But I love the not knowing stuff because it's just it's a better experience for everybody involved.
Well, we're confident in what we're doing.
Yes, that's exactly it. Yes.
You know, and I feel like to make this thing organic,
yes,
if we understand too much, it's not organic.
Yeah. Speaking of organic, I got a big statement.
Nice hat, by the way.
Nice. Okay, I was waiting for your comment. I have another one here, but it didn't match the shirt. One of my 3 morning shirts, so I'll wear it a different day. But hey, I got a pretty significant statement for you this morning. Are you ready?
Yeah, come on, baby.
I had a good sleep. And you're like, yeah, so what? Here's the joke. But my Apple Watch told me that. No shit. And that's my point, is that we've been having laughter over the last number of days around what metrics tell us. And I woke up this morning bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, consecutive days of life expectancy work, good sleep, good food, not bad decisions. I woke up this morning ready to go. And then I looked at my score and I'm like, I know I'm feeling great, even though my number says that I am. There's my point, Johnny.
That's beautiful, babe. Because when it comes down to it, you get up, see how you feel, you look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Then when you get on the scale, if someone does that,
yeah,
that scale should just be a gauge on, oh shit, maybe I actually gained a little muscle because I clearly look better today.
Yes.
Versus, oh my God, the scale went up, and all of a sudden their idea of what they're going to look like goes to hell because it's all dictated by a number.
The same thing, I saw a good post this morning on LinkedIn. There's a trainer, a fitness trainer, who went out there and said, here's what his post was something like, basically, I was traveling all day, here's what I ate. And he just said what he ate. And he probably ate stuff that he normally wouldn't eat. But his point was, I ate. I didn't I didn't wreck my day. I didn't stress about it. I didn't starve myself. I ate. And then tomorrow I'm going to get back to my regular routine, which is the point, right? Because too often, because I've been that guy, Johnny, where, I work with a coach, a mentor like yourself. You're teaching me. I fall off the rails. I beat myself up because the numbers, or I eat something shitty, and then I fucking fall back for a number of days. I loved his message, which was, go.
Yeah, let it roll off your back, man. Let it roll off your back, because the mistake is not today. The mistake is letting today turn into the next 3.
Well, that's exactly what was fun about his note, right? Which was, it's whether you judge it as a mistake or judging as I needed to eat, so I'm just making decisions on the fly here. And yeah, we can say you can be better prepared. So sometimes it doesn't work that way. But his point was, yeah, the next day I got up, went back to sleep, got my good food and got my habits back stacking. And I know we talk about it often, right? Is that it's just the consistency, right? It's the whole goal of it, right? So,
what helps me on those days is just a little premeditation.
Yes,
like,
right.
I'm traveling on Monday to Mexico. So I already know what container I'm going to put a whole bunch of fucking ground beef and eggs into.
You're already thinking about it.
And I'll fill it up, and I'll just kind of snack on it on the way.
Yeah.
Now, usually when we're driving, we stop to get gas and take a piss, I'll usually have a protein bar, which is a fucking total treat for me.
I'm just going to say, very rare for you. Yeah.
And so it's like I premeditate what's going to happen, so I'm not making decisions on the fly. That's where the problems come in.
It absolutely is. It's the stupidest cliche in the world, but the idea of planning for success, it might be like one of the most important statements, right? Because to your point, Monday you're driving, you're driving. It's funny, I put a post up today, right? Because we're actively recruiting, creators to join the live network. And my post was essentially like, the next 12 months are happening anyways, John. They are. Like, we both know they're happening. Just like we joke often. Your taxes are coming. Like, you can't avoid them. The next, like, November 6th, 2026 is 364 days from now. So if you're struggling as a creator or the marketing plan, or you're doing a podcast you've set aside, or you're trying to do something, like we've shown you for the last 2 years, we've built something here now. So join the network. But my point is, next Monday is coming. You've planned for it, because it's not going to be an accident for you, because it's just over there.
Dude, I'm telling you, the phrase that I'm sure people that know me are so fucking tired of hearing this: tomorrow's success is planned today.
Yeah. Speaking of tomorrow's and today, yesterday. What was your day like yesterday, brother? What happened yesterday?
It was a non-training day.
Yeah.
It was a good day. I had 3 naps, funny enough.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, they were short though, because Tara and I played, we played pickleball, and we were a little tight on the time. And so, dude, we just fucking kicked ass for like 30 minutes. I was breathing, dude. Like, really breathing. Yeah.
I never asked this question, but who usually wins with you guys?
We don't play to win. We played to exercise.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, in a perfect world, it sounds goofy, but it's like, think ping pong. Think how good you'd have to get at ping pong to knock that fucking ball back and forth without going off the table.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's really our goal.
Okay.
So we don't really warm up. We just kind of get out there and just start hitting easy shots. Yeah. And all it takes is one of us to hit a fucking goofy shot. The other one's got to fucking take off, run, and try to backhand it back over. Right. So perfect example. Like if she hits a shot and I have to fucking, really go for it, I'm going to try to get it back over her any way I can. Then she's going to pop it up really fucking high to give me a chance to recover, to get back in, to give her a good shot. So we're literally working as a team.
Nation, you're listening to Old People Pickleball with John Anderson and Terry Anderson.
Well, it's kind of like playing one-on-one basketball. You just
I
enjoy
know.
playing.
Yes. Yeah.
And realistically, we're not really we're not that good yet.
Well,
and so
you're probably better than most people. Like, I've never played pickleball. I played a lot of ping pong growing up.
Well, good to what we would, and when you play by the rules, like you're playing like points,
yes,
you might only go back and forth 3-4 times and then it's reset. So you're not really, I mean, granted, you get a workout, but it's a different kind of workout. 30 minutes is not going to get you what we were looking for.
Yes. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Hey, so I got a funny conversation to have with you today. Let's talk about coffee mugs, man. Have you ever, it's funny because there's certain things that just touch everyone. Like most,
you got to remind me to tell you about the eggshells after, because we're talking
about
coffee.
Yes, absolutely. And I've been thinking a lot about a conversation with nicotine yesterday too. Don't know if we'll get much to it today, but I'm thinking about maybe bringing some back to the table next week and so forth.
Yeah,
I got a conversation.
Two of my pieces of gum already down. I got two more right here.
I've been thinking about it since our call yesterday, since our chat yesterday, man. It's actually fascinating. Good morning, Petricelli. He says pickleball has gotten more people off their ass than almost any other activity. He's so right. That's
I heard it was developed in prisons. What I heard.
Really?
Yeah, because it was like how somehow they were able to rig up, just a kind of a short version of tennis or something. Is what I heard. Who fucking knows?
Speaking of prison, I saw a picture of P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs in prison.
What happened to him, by the way?
Well, he's still going to do that 4-year sentence for all that craziness that he was exhibiting over his lifestyle for many years. So we got 4 years in prison. We'll leave all the other bullshit aside. But what I found interesting is so here's who's hanging out with in prison. And this makes sense, right? When you hear this.
What kind of prison's he in, though?
He's in
play golf every day?
Yeah, he's in Fort Dix in Texas. So I don't know much about it, to be frank with you, but he's hanging out with a former NBA pro guy. So it's funny, right? Because you're wondering, so who is he going to hang out with? So he found another, he's probably thinking to himself, okay, that guy is kind of on the same level as me, so I'll go hang out with him. That's probably what I'm suspecting. Yeah. Right?
I mean, you're drawn to people that understand the life that you live.
Yes. Right. So that's, and he looks nothing like the Puff Daddy that you and I grew up with. I'll tell you that picture. Like, oh, okay, there you go. That's what prison does to you. So
it's weird. Early on, it's like in that whole gangster rap thing, and he just seemed like he was such a fucking caring dude.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
It
seemed like he was so he was just like didn't understand why there wasn't love for everybody.
Almost like too good to be true. Almost, eh? When you think back about it now,
I kind of wonder, was that just a facade, or did he somehow get jaded over the time?
It's interesting to hear you say that, Anderson, because it's like his white parties and the brand that he built, I think is very much like you're talking about, right? Which is shielding all the grossness that he was essentially perpetuating behind the scenes, right? So
then his mom was involved too, so it went right through the.
Oh, dude!
I think when it comes down to it, brother. Money and power change people.
Oh, fuck yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
How can it not, though? Like, I just, because
it's going to make you more of what you are. So he had that in him. It just wasn't the surface.
Yes. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So, hey, coffee mugs. What kind of mug do you use? Do you use is it the same one you use every single day?
I have two that are the same size at this house anyway.
Yeah.
This one, I think this one says "I love you." Yes, it does. The other one, I think it's caffeine in kilos.
Yeah.
But it's the size I'm after.
Oh yeah.
So we have these big fuckers.
Yes.
But Jesus Christ, it gets cold so fucking fast because it's such a big mouth.
It's interesting. I do not like. You notice how I changed my words. I do not like cold coffee. I know you like your cold brew. I know you enjoy, but I also know you like your hot.
But I like it intentionally cold. Fucking not getting there because I didn't get it down quick enough.
Yes, I know. I was drinking out of a big mug and I didn't enjoy it because as I was getting through it, I was finding it was getting cold, and I'm like, oh, I don't like this cold, lukewarm coffee. I like a hot black coffee, right?
Yeah.
But apparently there's some humor within this. What our coffee mug might say about us. right? So if you just walk around with that classic white mug or classic black mug, maybe it signals minimalism and practicality. Yet we both know a lot of people carry those motivational quote mugs, right?
Maybe it fucking symbolizes that you just want a cup of coffee.
Yeah, or that too. Yeah,
and you don't fucking
absolutely.
give a shit what's on the mug. Some of the mugs I'm carrying around, fucking some of the weirdest shit on there. One of the
Yes.
ones they were drinking in Mexico says SDSU mom.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because it's from one of our daughters from school on a Mother's Day from school gift. It doesn't fuck. I don't give a shit, you know. People look at what I'm drinking. Whatever.
I know. Well, believe me, I know. To some folks, though, it's their motivational. Good morning, Nino Fincher. Nino in the lab with us this morning. Good to see you out there, Nino.
Coffee cup with a lid, he says.
Yeah, coffee cup with a lid. There you go. Yes, Nino joined me. She joined us. Nino joins us. She's all the way from. I think Nino. She's in Texas. I think it is actually. So good to have you on the show.
Nino's a female. Glad you pointed that
Nino.
out.
Yeah. She joined me on a community corner segment a few months back. Incredible human being, great content. Has been going through a journey in life. And if you recall, I said to you when I had her on the show that she was going through some tough times, and that my heart and your heart was thinking about her. So Nino, I hope life is moving in a continued positive direction for you, and my prayers and thoughts continue to go with you as we talk about coffee mugs. But John, the point of this conversation I thought about was as much because we know some people need little things, right? You talk habit stacks all the time. A simple habit stack is a good reminder on your coffee mug, maybe, right? Drinking your coffee, and maybe it's time to do something. So maybe not for you, maybe not for me, but many folks buy their mugs or use mugs based on how it's going to get them through the day. Think about that for a second. Because
sometimes people are buying shirts because they
that's exactly my point. Yes, that's exactly my point. So Dallas, Texas, Nino Fincher joining us here today. Hey, so the dude who owns the dude who runs Microsoft, Mustafa Salam. No, hold on a second.
Hold on. Before we switch gears, let me tell you about the coffee.
The coffee shells. Yes, thank you. Yes.
So
you still using them?
Yeah, I love them. But now with our daughter home, there's me, there's Terry, and her. So at the end of the fucking day, there's a shitload of shells, right? So
does your daughter crush eggs too, like you do? Does your whole family crush eggs?
We all eat eggs. Yeah, of course.
Just crushing them, eh? Yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, crushing them for what they consider crush.
Daily. Yeah.
But so I'm putting these in there, and Terry goes, "Jesus Christ, that's a lot," because it was like a third of the fucking of the filter bin.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wasn't even thinking about it. The more I put in there, the smoother it gets. The more I put in, it's fucking nuts, right?
Interesting.
Yeah. And she goes, that's a lot of calcium. And I was like, is there, at that point, I'd never really thought about ODing on calcium. I mean, granted, there was years where I was eating the fucking whole egg with the shells, like a dozen to 18 a day, the shells right down the hatch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wasn't really too freaked out about it. And I'm still not too freaked out about it, but I figured, what the fuck? Let's ask chat. Yes. Hey, chat, this is what I do with my coffee. And they said, oh, there's very little risk to this. And then I said, I put about 15 eggshells in a pot of coffee, and it comes back and says, whoa, this is a little bit more than like that didn't quite understand how extreme I am, And so comes back and says, yeah, there's some possible issues here. Because I guess too much. I mean, there's a lot of good benefits, but can give you fucking kidney stones.
No shit. Really?
Yeah, so I said, well, I haven't done it that long. We go to Mexico, I don't do it because we have a different coffee maker. But anyway, so I asked them, what's a alternative? And they said, well, what they recommend was, or what chat recommended was like, 2 or 3 shells in a whole fucking pot of coffee. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's like giving away a Tic Tac.
2-3 shells? Fuck, man.
For the whole fucking pot. I would 2-3 shells in a cup, Anyway, so check this out. 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking soda will have the same effect. So tomorrow, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut my shells in half.
No shit.
And so what I'm going to start doing, actually, I'm going to get one of those little, the little things where we put the beans.
Right? Yeah.
Beans grinder hole in the maker. So I'm going to start grinding up the extra and just have myself a big fucking thing of shells and just take a tablespoon, dump it in there, rather than I'm probably putting 6 or 8 tablespoons now.
How did you learn about the baking soda? Did you do the research? Obviously.
I just told you I was talking to Chat.
No, I know, but it said, like, I think I missed that part. It said that baking soda.
I said to Chat, this shit, they're like, you get kidney stones from this extreme behavior is what it said.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
But what's a safer alternative?
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed it. Okay. I missed that part.
Yeah. 1/8 of a tablespoon, which is not much.
No, not powder, but soda. Interesting.
Yeah. Baking soda powder. What is it? Isn't it all powder?
Well, no, but there's baking soda and baking powder. They're the same, but they're different.
Well, I think they were talking about the powder.
Okay. Yeah, Melissa.
At least here, when we say baking soda, it's that little fucking yellow box.
Yeah.
The guy with the flexed arm on there.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, the same guy. Yeah.
So I'm going to try that tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah. Bicarbonate
kind of gives me the cool idea. Well, I'm going to just keep grinding up all these eggshells and just fucking put them in a container so I can just take a tablespoon and put it in.
Man. I love it.
Which will make my process easier, because grinding all those fucking shells up actually was a little bit of a pain in the ass.
Hey, here's a question for you, since we're speaking eggs, because you're an expert in them. And I'm gonna ask a serious question, not naivety. That's why I'm asking it. When we boil our eggs, there's times the eggshell has a hard time coming off it, peeling it. What's the reason for that? Is it undercooked or is it a fresh egg? And I'm being very serious.
Honestly, I don't know.
You know what we do?
We boil them.
Yeah.
Once we get to that right spot, don't overdo it.
No, I know.
Put it into cold water with ice in it.
Yeah. And okay. I don't do the ice like cold water. Yeah.
That's what makes it peel easy.
Yeah. What are you, a hard boiled, soft boiled, medium boiled kind of guy, or what do you got?
Dude, if I can hit the money on the soft boiled, oh buddy.
Yeah.
I love the soft. And then if I can hit the number on the soft boiled, I'll test one, like, oh, this is the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I'll fucking drop it into like a bottle of like pickle juice. And
I know I haven't tried that. I gotta try that.
Dude, that is with the soft boiled with the pickled flavor.
Yeah.
Holy Christ. It's
really?
like crack, dude. Yeah. I honestly, they're so fucking good. I have a hard time. You know who crushes that? Is my main guy from my coaching and mentoring company.
Yeah.
Fuck, he makes the best ones. I'm like, dude, don't let me see those. I'll eat them all.
So, I think
it might as well be like him showing up with a bag of cookies.
That's funny. So let's just walk this through. So when you say pickle juice, so I'll grab a jar of pickles and boil my eggs and drop some eggs into the pickle juice, right? As simple as that.
That's correct? The simple way. But Terry, actually, what she does is she kind of makes her own deal. She puts a few beets in there, so it's a little bit of a red look. She puts some different spices and puts apple cider vinegar. I think there is some pickle juice, but this pickle juice is the easiest way. Just take the fucking pickles out, You put them in another jar. They don't have to be floating in all that shit, or even just take the pickles out and some of the juice leaves, because the eggs you don't need that much juice to pickle them.
So in my experience, 6 minutes for a good soft boiled egg. You 6?
Honestly, I don't try to do that stuff.
So that's so here's my process. I'll tell you right now, I get the water boiling. As soon as I see it boiling, I drop my eggs in with my tongs or with like a little later, drop them in there, go to my watch, 6 minutes, it's done. And they're fucking perfect.
Yeah, that's good, dude.
I'm like you. I don't like the hard kind of boiled. So I've been really kind of neurotic around, is it 7 or is it 8? And sometimes my OCD goes, oh my God, this egg's been in there for 30 seconds before I get to the 6th one. So I'm fucking panicking, and I'm joking, of course, but it's those 6. I find it at 6.
Because it's you're catching it right as that starts to turn. Like when you're cooking eggs. Yes. I like to have that yolk still be a little loose.
Yes.
But if it's in the pan an extra, Jesus Christ, an extra 30 seconds, it's passed.
Yeah. So, okay. So you asked Chad about your eggshell situation. Well, I got something for you to support your questioning. A Nature Machine intelligent paper from Stanford. Hey, John, Stanford's California, isn't it? Down the street from you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
My great grandfather was a professor there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I knew somewhere in your lineage, great grandpa, right? Yeah, not stepdad, great grandpa. Yeah.
Yeah, then my grandma became a doctor at Stanford. She was the first female doctor in California to deliver a baby.
Come on. The first female doctor in California to deliver a baby.
I think she might actually be the first female doctor and then the first
That's
one
cool.
also to deliver a baby.
That's very cool. You know what's so crazy about that is that, you know, we take that for granted today in 2025. Yet back when that happened, pretty big deal. Like, think about that, right? It's like, oh, and you can only imagine at the time, right? Like those decisions with the families going, what do you mean there's going to be a female doctor delivering my child? I guarantee you there was folks during that situation going, I don't know if I want the female doctor doing it. I guarantee you those conversations were being had.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she was a high profile doctor, and my grandfather was actually a high profile lawyer. He did a lot of like, he was kind of one of those guys that took he did the stuff that he believed in.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
kind of
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
his name.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like when he passed, they actually fucking closed the courts in San Francisco for a day in his honor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your
He was
lineage
a full-blooded he's from Denmark, full-blooded. And he
Oh,
was
yeah.
a fucking,
Okay.
so I understand he was a fucking hard ass. I never met him.
No shit.
Yeah, like my grandma, she kept wanting to have kids.
Yeah.
So the last one they had, he was pissed, you know, like didn't want another kid. And so obviously she was a doctor. So she left my uncle, his name is David, we call him Andy.
Yeah.
Left him at the fucking hospital for 2 weeks, couldn't bring him home because he was
Come
so
on.
mad. Yeah, of course she was there with him every day, but she's like, "You gotta fucking bring this little guy home, bring him into a shitstorm."
That's cool. So it's funny because your lineage and your interests don't really fall too far from the proverbial apple tree, right? And you look at Stanford professor, your interest in science and the body and so forth. Like there's
The common thread of the whole thing is that everybody's very driven.
I was just gonna say, it strikes me that everybody in your family had a massive purpose, like a drive, something about you guys that was like,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, they were then two of my uncles became lawyers.
Okay.
And my aunt, she became a school teacher. They kind of raised her a little different in those days. They didn't really push the females the same way, you know. But then she married a lawyer.
Yes.
So it's just fucking lawyers coming out everywhere.
That's interesting. Good morning,
Yeah,
Seasoned Strength. Good to have you here this morning, brother. Egg yolks have choline, yes, which is good for your brain and your liver health. And Sullivan, I appreciate you, brother. I love learning about the Mornings in Lab family. Yes, absolutely. I love sharing everything we possibly can. I will say, though, John, within my family, I certainly am the odd one. Like, I'm not like, or like,
brother, speaking the same language here, baby.
Yeah, I know you are. Yeah, like there's similarities, but I am the stepchild or the
black
cousin.
sheep. We're the black sheep.
100%. Yeah. I will struggle.
That was totally known. Even my cousins, you're the black sheep.
Yeah, interesting.
They would call me the black sheep.
Well, as we know, I grew up like on an ancestral farm with my family over there, so shit was kind of crazy. Shit was kind of crazy. So I was the different one. But all joking aside, when
were you the only one that grew up on the funny farm?
Well, no, there was a lot of people growing up on the funny farm. I'll tell you, that was a lot of people growing up on. My mom had 13 brothers and sisters.
Never knew who was going to rub you up next, huh?
Dude, I witnessed some crazy shit, man. I'm just gonna say it. I was like, dude,
I love the fucking honesty, though. A lot of times people wouldn't have the balls to be honest about something like that.
Yeah, but
they want to hide it.
Yeah, but you know what I've learned? I think we can speak for each other. That's the whole point of what we're doing here. Right. And so it's like when I've said to people, you've heard me say on the show, some people talk about their faith, and I'm like, I'm glad you talk about it. Like, oh, I didn't know you could talk about faith. No, but that's all of you, isn't it? It's like you coming on here saying, no, Keith, I'm not talking about this part. I'm like, well, that's not going to fucking work, because that's part of who you are. So if part of my experiences was witnessing weird behavior between my fucking family and my cousins, then because there's other people out there listening to this show that have experienced some of the same shit.
We have all fucking witnessed some weird shit.
100%. 100%. So don't fucking tell me nobody's seen
weird to one
shit.
Is not always weird to the next.
Right?
Yep. Yeah.
That same weird shit I had. So on that farm, there was a young man that my family had adopted. His name was Mike. They called him Bimbo. That's a whole other story. And he was not all there, but he was a farmhand. Well, me and all the young cousins,
they adopted him, huh?
Yeah.
Give him a place. That's cool.
I'll tell you what happened. So my Gigi, my grandfather was at the local hardware store in town, and this man was wandering around lost. He was orphaned, like left, and he only had a few fingers. He was mentally retarded, like
When
not
you
all
say
there.
man, how old? Like a young man or older?
Yeah, young man, and a little man. Like I mean, like a little Benny Hill, a little man.
Okay.
Okay, like so you can start imagining, right? Little man, no, mental faculty not there,
missing fingers, wandering,
missing, yeah, 100%,
clearly needing some assistance.
100%. My Gigi said, "I'll give you a place to stay if you come work for me." He went, moved in, lived there forever, became adopted, became part of the family, became like my uncle Bimbo. We became, but not the but part. Young boys growing up on the farm and cousins on the farm, and there's the young man who looks a little different. Well, of course, what happens is the teasing and the fun stuff starts happening, right? So, I can remember when Bimbo was sleeping at night. We joked his name was Bimbo. We would shove frogs into the bed and frogs into his underwear and frogs and everything. So he'd go to bed and he'd get up and he'd start screaming at us and chasing us around the house with a machete. And not that he would hurt us, but that's just the crazy shit, right? But that's the farm stuff.
I don't know if I'd want someone with low mental faculties, missing fingers, waving a machete at me.
Well, but he never harmed a soul. But it was just his way.
He never harmed a soul until he accidentally cut off a couple of your fingers.
He lost his fingers on the combine.
Yeah.
But there's an example of just that was but that's just a big heart.
In those environments, fuck, man. My brother used to shoot me with a fucking BB gun.
Well, dude, I told the story. I had my neighbor. He's like,
I was shooting for your wallet. I missed.
I had a neighbor who said to me, "Hey,
fucking hit me dead in the middle of the back. You weren't even shooting for my ass. What are you talking about?"
He would come over to my yard and ride around on his bike, and he'd say, "You go hide in the bushes and shoot me." So I did. And then the next day he told his mom, and I got in shit for it and got my gun taken away because he's like, "Keith was shooting me." I'm like, "You told me to fucking shoot you." So just think about how we're talking right now. That conversation in 2025 with kids just doesn't happen.
Well, dude, you remember those guns, the little BB guns? It was you pump them.
100%. Right? Yes.
You heard that fucking third click, and you were in for a good one.
Yes.
You heard one click, you're okay. Didn't matter how close by you were. Hear that third one, you couldn't fucking, even if you're on your bike, you were in fucking trouble. The further away you got, the more clicks you heard. I'm like, God damn it.
I know.
Fuck, man, this is a 5. You're counting clicks, just fucking burning.
Yes. So it was the same for him. So let's keep going here. Have you been around situations where people in the family were cutting chickens' heads off? I was part of that. Like, so at the farm there. So my uncles taught me how we would eat chickens.
Oh, dude, I saw all that, man.
Me too. Yeah.
The first time that I saw. So it's actually this. It was just, I can't remember the type. It was blue. It was a fucking huge cow. Like, it was just the type. He was kind of bluish, right?
Yes.
And so I called him Luther because I had seen, we didn't have TV, but I'd seen a little clip of Hulk, Incredible Hulk, and I Lou Ferrigno, so I called him Luther.
Lou Ferrigno, big idol of mine for sure.
And, he fucking grew up to be big.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't realize he was a cow they're going to slaughter.
Yeah.
And so, I remember when they did it, I don't know. I just wanted to be there. And the hand took it. They put him in the little, what's it called? Where he can't get away. The little stall, right?
Yeah.
In there tight. So he can't go anywhere.
Yes.
And the hand took a pistol, the big old fucker, like a Dirty Harry looking thing.
Yes.
And literally took the barrel of the gun and kind of drew an X from eye diagonal to nostril and vice versa.
Yes.
And fucking popped him right in the fucking middle of that X. And he didn't fucking move.
No.
Blood came out and rolled down, and he fucking licked the blood. And I was just like, holy shit. I was thinking to myself, God, did that hurt him? I mean, he was in shock. So of course they fucking cocked it and popped it. Took 3 fucking things. And dude, when he went out on the third one, it was like, that was the weirdest part. It was like somebody just unplugged him. His legs just left. It just boom, just fell to the ground. I was like, whoa, much easier for me to watch a chicken get his head cut off.
Yeah.
Because at least when they fucking put the chicken down, he ran around crazy for a few minutes, which actually was, became a little bit entertaining.
Well, that's what I remember. So I've experienced those same things. I've seen the cow shot. I've seen the calf calved, and you stick your arm into the cow. And I was invited to do. I've milked the teats of a cow, and I've been around all that. And then the crowning moments when, to your point, you're seeing the fucking chicken flop around, right? So, and I was the young man that was with my cousins, went and caught the chicken, and they gave it to my uncle to chop the head off, and then we'd watch it fucking flop around. Then we'd go catch it. And then we'd take it back to the summer kitchen and we'd pluck the feathers. I remember doing all that, actually. And then we'd have the fucking chicken for dinner. I know it's gross to many people, but that's just how it worked.
No, that's I mean, I never really connected to the chickens like I did to Luther, And when other cows did that, I didn't really care either because I didn't really connect with them.
Yeah. Good morning, Mike.
That's when I kind of started to realize that I need to understand what the purpose of all these animals are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then the last one, since we're having this conversation, I'll continue to share with you. My Matt Roof, Kindness Rising. Dude, I was big into the slingshot as well. I loved the fucking slingshot. And the throwing stars, watching, kind of meeting Jackie Chan and some of the ninja shit on TV we grew up with. And you're like, oh, yeah, I want to get some fucking throwing stars, right? So that was cool shit too. But the other animal that I was a part of, Johnny, was trapping, killing, and skinning a beaver.
Interesting.
Yes. Yeah.
I never had any experience with a beaver.
Well, maybe you have, just maybe not.
At least not in the wild anyway.
That's I remember when I was out in Saskatchewan there a month ago to see Carter playing hockey. I went to my uncle's place, and he was the guy that taught me. We did the catching, the trapping, the skinning of the beaver together. And that was a fascinating experience too, because it was over a few days because we were monitoring the beaver where the beaver was building the dam and disrupting their farm, right? Because where it was building the dam and the water flow, right? So
it slows the water down. They need that water.
So they're like, this thing's a fucking nuisance. So we're going to kill it.
Got to get him out of there because you tear it down, he'll rebuild it.
That's exactly it. So they killed it, skinned it, and turned the pelt into money. They sold it.
I mean, when you're using, like the Indians would use all parts of an animal, that's very, very different than just, like killing something to kill something.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Good morning, everybody. Hang out with Keith and John here on Mornings at Live with Keith and John. We're just talking about stuff that we weren't planning on talking about today, which is the whole point of the show. Mike McQuillan joining us this morning from Peru.
Season says it's a cow shoot. Thank you, brother.
Yes, that's exactly. Yeah, exactly. The cow shoot. Yes. And yeah, Maddie, you're right. Saturday AM Kung Fu after cartoons. McQuillan comes back and says, greetings. I can hear the roosters across the street. The store owners promised it will be quick and painless and delicious. Yes. Well, and Mike, when I was in Peru with Lauren here, we saw enough of the groundhogs that you can eat too. The groundhogs, squirrels? No, I think groundhogs. No, guinea pigs. Yeah, guinea pigs. You see them splayed on the plate. Yeah. You had a guinea pig before?
I think I ate a guinea pig once.
Did you?
In Brazil.
Oh yeah, you probably did. Absolutely. Good morning, good time. And Season says, I grew up on the farm. I'll be above except for the R kid. I'm not really sure. I don't understand the last part. I'll be above except for the Arctic. So I grew up on the farm too, man. So I didn't grow up on the farm. My family had a farm. My mom came from a farm in Saskatchewan. So it was just what we did, going to visit the family all the time, right? So
I think I was there for about 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Because then we left. We ended up leaving. And fuck, man, that was valuable learning experience.
100%. Me too, man. I learned, so I'm not a gun fan. Like I don't enjoy guns. I spent time shooting swallows and birds in barns with guns back and 22s and BB guns and so forth. Right, that was fun, but that was going into a barn and finding the swallows and shooting them.
They because we're out in the middle of nowhere, so they wanted us to be more socialized. So we were pushed to ride our bikes because we rode our bikes. We would get off the farm and see other people.
Okay.
And I was always put in sports because that socialized with other kids, because you can get really unsocialized in these places.
Dude, my mom's farm, Johnny, was in the middle of fucking nowhere. And she went to a single room school where all right. So like you're right. There was nobody
it was
around.
45 to 60 minutes to ride your bike to the nearest place to get some fucking candy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my first go at entrepreneurship, because I learned how to fucking work. I learned how to do shit. And so basically my brother, my stepbrother, that's where we met, was the farm.
Oh yeah.
He's like, hey, let's go. And I of course he said, let's go. I just followed him. We rode our bikes to one of the neighboring farms.
Okay.
And it was not really some of them were like, ours was a farm. Some of them were like hobby farms.
Yeah.
And knock on the fucking door, and I'm just standing there, no idea what the fuck's going on. And my brother goes, hey, can we do some work? And the lady goes, she looks at us and goes, absolutely, you can do some work. And so she said, I'm going to open the garage, meet me over there. So she opened up the garage. They gave us some tools. They had told us what to do. And we worked for, I don't know, 2 hours maybe.
Yeah.
We knocked, hey, we're finished. She's okay,
Yeah.
you done? So then we were just stuff that it wasn't like a start and finish job.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. She whipped out and fucking gave me $2. I was like, that's 8 fucking candy bars. You know where I'm going?
Yeah.
I'm fucking driving. I'm riding to the Whiskey Hill fucking general stores where I'm going. So that's where I realized I could go fucking make money whenever I wanted to.
Yeah.
So when I have free time, I don't have any money, I just go fucking knock on a day. Can I do some work?
Yeah.
It was great.
It's what you learned, right? That learning lesson you learned, eh? Yeah.
That was my first experience with door to door. Sometimes you'd knock and nobody would be there.
That's interesting. What I'm loving with you sharing that is it was a great, what's that word? Cause and effect, right? You did something and somebody said, here's the reward. You're like, oh, you learned that idea, the cause and effect, right?
Well, that was my first, even though I was trading time for money.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm creating money.
Yes.
Before it was like,
yes,
I had to fucking do chores all fucking week to get that dollar. That felt like trading time for money. I can get that dollar an hour. Holy shit. That was like the first time I'd actually compressed time for money. And that concept hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, holy shit. And then, of course, as I got older, I started to realize that, Jesus Christ, you don't even really have to fucking trade your time for money. You can create money, literally, with ideas and shit.
It's hard to argue that farmers may be some of the hardest working humans on the planet. Like what you have to do to be successful in farming, like you're combating against Mother Nature, your work, and then all of a sudden you get a bad rain or you get no rain and all your work is fucking wiped out, right? So in the grain farming business, right? Or I'm just like the physical work, the mental work that goes into being a successful farmer.
Well, it's very different now too.
Sure, 100%.
Back in those days, things weren't so competitive.
Yes.
And we would, like, when we would slaughter something, we would use a lot of it ourselves, or we would sell some of it, or but it was like it was just such a different deal back then.
Yeah. Well, and the money now too. Like I was talking to my daughter's boyfriend here, whose dad owns a spraying business. They spray crops, right? And we were talking about equipment, and he's like, "Oh yeah, an airplane goes for $4.5 million just to spray crops." And holy shit, right? Or my
crop dusters.
Yeah,
I can't tell me the fucking times I got crop dusted.
Oh, seriously? Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah! Out in the middle of a fucking, a lot of times you would just cross fields to get where you wanted to go.
Yeah.
Jump a fence and fucking start running.
Yes.
And I didn't really understand what the thing was, and we're talking at dinner one time, and I'm saying, run across this field, and this plane comes real low, and all this felt like it was a light rain.
Yeah.
And my fucking stepdad was like, "What?" He's like, "What happened?" Because he understood I was getting fucking crushed with chemicals.
I was going to say, you're getting chemicaled. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he fucking called that, because there was only a few companies. He called and was like, figured out who it was. He called, like, "You fucking crop dust my boy again. I'm going to sue the fucking pants."
No shit.
Because they could have easily waited for me to cross the field.
Sure, they could have. 100% they could see
you. It wasn't like they couldn't fucking see me. The guy was 20 feet over the top of my head. Well, I thought it was cool as hell.
Low. Yeah,
I was like, "Bro, this is fucking cool, man."
Just getting sprayed with Agent Orange.
Just fucking inhale shit that's supposed to kill God knows what.
Oh my God. Yeah. And Mike Sullivan, you're right. Farmers are taught to be patient and respect the seasons of life, literally and figuratively. And season strength, you're right. They do drone crop dusting now. Yeah. Well, but even just something like my uncle's combine, it's like $2.5 million. Like we're not talking toys. Like we're just, and this incredible
You know who is has a massive fucking farm up in your neck of the woods is remember Tyler and Clarissa?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have I mean, he sends me videos like he's in, he's always great because they just kick ass. He's in the fucking combine or whatever machine he's driving. Fuck, I don't know what it is. It looks big as a fucking building. And he's eating his meal because he's got a program. He's just got to sit in there and make sure nothing goes wrong. But I mean, he'll send me a video, and this fucking cockpit is massive. It looks like a full-blown airplane.
Yes.
With all the controls.
Yes.
And then I don't know what the fuck's happening over here, but it's fucking huge.
Yes. Well, yeah, and
those machines are like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And you're not doing much other than just guiding it and putting the coordinates in, and it's doing it itself. It's just all the GPS and all the controls happening there.
Yeah, he's like he was just explaining. He's like, it's unbelievable how difficult they're making it now.
Yeah,
it's all becoming controlled by kind of one route. You got to get the seeds from the same place that you get the fucking chemicals for. So it's like
vertically integrated, just like you built your business.
So it's like you almost can't. You really, if you don't fall into line, you almost can't do it.
Interesting. Mike McQuillan, dead chickens look peaceful. The guinea pig, the key or the kai, CUI, looks like he's in mid-scream when he's on your plate. I know. It's not the most inviting piece of meat that you might want to have when you look at this animal. Look, it's splayed on your plate there. But Lauren and I did not try the guinea pig out, Mike, when we were down there in your neck of the woods. All right, John, listen, I've had a lot of fun chatting about it. Let's do a lifestyle tip. We'll come reset hour 2, and then I got a few other things to put on the table for us to chat about here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Let's get after it, Jimmy.